Hello guys, my name is Vita. Welcome to my live stream today. And today guys, you've got me all to yourself live for 2 hours. So today topic is how much cost mail order bride in 2023. So guys, we're gonna discuss that topic and some announcement before. Now, if you prefer listening to or reading our live streams, check out our podcast and blog at ukrainedating.ca. For newbies to our channel, here is a short video about myself that you guys have an idea who I am and what I'm doing here. What's actually my purpose.
Ukrainian women, it's like 5 in 1. It's perfect mothers, perfect wives, perfect cookers, perfect lovers, perfect housekeepers, and perfect friends. Every man is a hunter, and every woman is a target. So every hunter wants to get his target. And every target at the end of the day would like to be chased and caught. Believe me, you will be happy with her. This lady, when she gets you, trust me, she will keep you with both hands and never let you go. Believe me, guys, the lady who is really interested in you and who really likes you never will ask you for money, for gifts or for presents from the early beginning of your relations. Why women look for foreign husband? Because women tired of laziness and non-responsibility of our men.
If we're talking about spontaneous sex on the first date, it also can be great for sure if both of you feel the magic and chemistry, but only from physiological side. Regarding psychology, guys, in majority of cases, chemistry is one of the smallest reasons why she may want you just on the first date. So remember, date is always for Ukrainian women is kind of exhibition. She will look at you, she will listen at you, smell you even, and evaluate you to make a general conclusion about your future destiny. And guys, we are excited to announce our new Brotherhood membership to give you guys all the tools and help to be successful on your journey to find a traditional high-value Eastern European wife. And here is a short video, also probably for newbies, about all the details.
Do you want a high-value, beautiful traditional woman worthy of your love to create your family? Then listen up. Time is our enemy, and complacency breeds failure. So you must get off Tinder, man, and stop dating those feminazis. You see, to get the life you desire and deserve, you've got to wise up and figure this shit out now, or your dreams, they will simply pass you by. First, you need to know that you've been lied to. That's right, despite what all your American dating experience has shown you, I promise you, high-value traditional women are not extinct. You'll see that with your own eyes when you join today. When you join the Brotherhood now, we're practically handing you your success on a silver platter. You'll discover the who, what, where, and how that you never imagined possible for yourself. Would you agree that for you to conquer what's been impossible for you thus far in life, well, you need some help, some guidance, and most importantly, to all success, mentorship. Well, that's all here for the taking when you join our Brotherhood now. You choose the membership level with the game-changing perks you need most to shortcut your success, saving your money, and more importantly, saving your time. Now, I'm going to ask you for a little favor here. You see, frankly, the problem we've had is those fucking trolls and dick pickers freaking out our live streaming ladies. So we've unfortunately had to make our live chat for members only. So do us both a favor and join up right now. It's less than a bowl of borscht, yet it will help you in spades. Now I'll turn it over to Joseph Ricards to highlight some of the kick-ass perks of each of the 4 different membership levels.
Thanks, Andrew. Okay, level 1, Truth Seekers, is a measly $4 a month. Gets you unlimited live chats, and a free lady cam share so you can ask all your burning questions face to face with our genuine Ukrainian beauties. Level 2, True Believers, gives you 3 free lady cam shares, and at each higher level membership you get more and more lady cam shares with unlimited at level 4. Level 3, Borscht Brothers, gives you our shit ton of goodies. You'll get exclusive access to our Brotherhood closed community, free membership to our $75 a month men's group Lion's Den, where iron sharpens iron. Level 4, Braveheart Brotherhood, at only $100. Yet, just the bonus perks alone are worth $510. Check it out. You get all the perks from the first 3 levels, plus you get our coveted scam check service. Listen, man, if you are one of these poor bastards paying per letter to communicate with women from Eastern Europe during our age of free communication apps, guys, you need to wake the fuck up and stop simping, because you know you're only being scammed. And after our scam check, you'll finally understand what's really going on. So once and for all, you'll be able to put your mind at ease. Trust me, whether you join at $4 or $100, this is a complete no-brainer. So go ahead, click the join button now and join our brotherhood. Remember, at any level you choose, you can get unlimited live chats every single day and live cam shares with our beauties.
So guys, our new membership launch special. 3 lucky members will win an upgrade to our $100 Braveheart level every month until further notice. Draw will be held at noon on the first Saturday of every month. You must be present to win. Okay, boys, and who's gonna help our beautiful live streamers to get the party started with a live cam share with any girl right at the live stream? After simple 2-step security verification, you can talk face to face. Step number 1, become a member of our brotherhood, which you can do by clicking the join button located at the bottom left of this video. And step number 2, enter the unique Streamyard link for today's live stream into your browser, and that will bring you right in the studio backend. So your name you enter in Streamyard must be your exact YouTube name, because that's the only name we have for you from your brotherhood membership. The link, guys, I will share with you in chat right now. If what is here, probably he will help me with that. And guys, until I will be delivering my topic for you today, please feel free think about what questions regarding today's topic or any other topics, everything regarding Ukraine, our culture, mentality, cuisine, our beautiful mysterious ladies, our character, national features, characteristics. So feel free, no taboo questions. So you have time to listen, to drink your coffee or tea and prepare your questions. Okay, so guys, today's topic is mail order bride cost in 2023. Actually, how much are mail order brides in 2023? So guys, international dating platforms like mail order bride websites are a perfect option for all men who are searching for a foreign wife or for a foreign girlfriend. If they are honest, I mean these platforms, and you made the right choice at the beginning, they are safe. They do really work, and they can help literally anyone find his soulmate from another country. Some matchmaking sites even offer such features as video calls and online translation services. So these platforms are not in any way worse than the biggest American dating sites, probably. However, they have one disadvantage. They all are paid, so they're not free. But you shouldn't be scared that it will be a rip-off if you made, of course, the right choice. No, you get what you pay for, right? And honest mail order bride agencies provide the services for the reasonable cost. They cannot be free because various factors affect the success of their work. You should understand that. Besides, their prices are still several times lower compared to the numbers you would spend on offline dating. I will explain you today all the nitty-gritty of online dating and show you what exactly impacts the final price, that you guys who still probably thinking about that, hesitating or have some doubts, that you have an idea in your mind how much that would cost and what actually will influence the final price. So the thing is, these websites, they offer much more services than free dating websites. For example, an ID verification, the good one, bright sides, have a mandatory identity verification for all their female users. And this means that such websites, guys, are much safer than dating services without this feature. That's understandable. Because a website with a mandatory ID verification means that there are close to zero fake profiles on it, or at least admins checking all the personal info. They take copies of the passport, if the girl is married or not married, where she really lives, and some other personal information. There are also lots of premium services, such as send a present, right? Of course, if a dating site offers such a feature, it just can't be paid to all its users. That's why you'll most likely have to pay from the very beginning. But the truth is that the male bride website expenses are only a small part of the total cost of mail order bride. So let's be more detailed. Let's see the factors affecting the mail order bride cost, guys. There are dozens of factors to account for when answering the question, how much is a mail order spouse? But I have distilled them into the 5 most crucial ones. So, mail order bride online dating site fees. The longest part of your relationship, of course, will be long distance and held through a dating site. So monthly payments will add up quickly, especially if you go heavy on expensive video chat tools or gift delivery. So future wife's country of residence. If you intend to visit your mail order bride before bringing her to the US, or to Europe, whenever you live, the distance, of course, definitely will affect your expenses. Airplane tickets to Eastern European countries as Ukraine are more costly. Mail order bride and your lifestyle preferences. If you are both used to luxurious pleasures and hedonistic delights, your cotton will inevitably dry up the cost of mail order bride. Relocation and legal costs. One of the critical and inevitable aspects of the mail order bride's price is, of course, the cost of K1 visa and related paperwork. So, guys, right now, if you're inviting your girlfriend, your future wife, or if she's coming to you, you don't need K1 visa. But remember, when the war is over, this procedure again will be necessary, so it will cost money, and this is very huge part of all your expenses while dating mail order bride. So wedding expenses, the budget will be very different if you go with a courthouse wedding or a ground church ceremony with hundreds of guests. That's understandable. With this basic understanding of the critical aspects of the mail order bride cost, let's now seek a better understanding of each one. What does the mail order bride price include? Now that we covered the basics, let's take a closer look at what comprises the cost of a mail order bride. Please remember that we specify average figures, and your expenses, guys, of course, can vary. They can be higher or lower, depends on you and on your choice. Online dating expenses, how much is a mail order bride site? Absolutely different prices, from small amount up to quite high. And such dating sites usually fall under 2 categories. A monthly subscription, which is usually between sometimes $50 and $100, though some mail order bride sites may require extra payment for premium features. So with the premium membership, you can search and talk to potential partners as much as you want. So it's the best option if you plan to accelerate your search for a mail order wife. Number 2, credit packages cost anywhere from $10 maybe up to $400 across the best international dating sites and cover various features from live chat and mail to access the private photos and videos. Sites with the credit systems are perfect if you want to explore at your own pace and control expenses. To calculate your total dating site expenses, multiple the monthly fee by the number of the month before the wedding and add extra costs like gifts or flower delivery. Your annual expenses can reach up to, if we are not talking about premium membership, so up to $1,500, something around that. To save money, remember to cancel your monthly subscription and automatic credit top up when you find your match and decide to switch to other communication tools, like maybe personal phone number or whatever you use. Most dating sites will not refund money on your balance, you know. So travel costs, guys, surprisingly, when men first ask themselves how much does it cost to mail order a bride, travel is not among their top priorities, considering it can account for 25 to 50% of your total mail order bride price. Let's go over the major factors affecting the cost of your trip. So country, of course, the airfare hinges on the departure and arrival airport location. So, for example, a trip from Texas to Mexico, of course, will be much cheaper than a round trip from USA to Ukraine. Understandable. After the war is over, flight prices can be unpredictable. So we recommend monitoring them for a while before buying the tickets. But good news for guys from Europe. Now trip expenses can be really much cheaper if you use buses, let's say. For guys from USA or further countries, I would recommend to fly to such big cities, closest cities to Ukraine, like Warsaw, Prague, or Budapest. And from there, guys, you can get bus or train even and come to almost all the cities of Ukraine, of course, which are not occupied by Russia right now. City. Hotel stays in capital and big cities are usually, of course, more expensive than in small towns. Like if we compare Kiev or Odessa and maybe Lviv, right, with Sumy. So prices will be absolutely different, like not even double cheaper, probably. So, however, you'll need to account for additional local transportation expenses and time to get from the major airport or railway station to your final destination. Season as well, guys. Popular tourist destinations and hot season time can easily drive up the cost of plane and bus tickets and hotel stays. So the trip during the peak tourist season will cost twice the price of a stay during the low season. On the other hand, low tourist seasons usually come with cold, rain, or snow with extremely low temperatures that don't make for a good, of course, backdrop for a budding romance, especially for you guys who didn't used to really extremely low temperatures. Lifestyle. The ultimate cost of mail order bride will depend on your tastes and your lady's preferences. If you don't need much to be happy and your fiance feels the same, even a hostel or a cheap hotel will do, or not the most expensive, not for all money of the world, some apartment. But if you are used to comfortable accommodations with all facilities and wish to pamper your sweetheart, a 5-star hotel or a boutique Airbnb will suit your needs much better. The expenses will range also from tens to thousands of dollars per night, and only you can decide, for how much you're ready to spend for your comfort and probably to impress your lady if you decide to invite her as a guest to your apartment accommodation, or probably even to stay together if your relationship on that stage already. Duration of stay. Most mail order brides will expect you to stay for 1 to 3 weeks, and your expenses will go up, of course, with every passing day. On the one hand, you can get a better deal for a hotel or rental apartment. On the other hand, your food and entertainment budget will double or even triple. So the travel part of the mail order bride's cost can amount to $1,000 plus, of course, for airfare plus 50, maybe $100 per day on accommodation and food, discounting the dates with your partner. So we'll cover specific prices in detail below. Dates and gifts, guys. Have you ever wondered how much does a wife cost in the US? So the wining and dining can be pretty expensive there, especially in big cities. You know that even better than me. And in most cases, counting a foreign woman will be cheaper considering the average rates. So romantic dinners, the cost depends on the type of establishment you choose. Medium range restaurants usually charge around $100 for dinner for two persons, right? Don't forget, probably you will need translator, interpreter, who as well will be there, and again will charge also for the service for translation, for counseling, right? So at the same time, you can probably find cheaper alternatives for about maybe $30 to $50. So not all restaurants in Ukraine and even in Kyiv are so much high price. In Sumy, for $50, of course, you can easily find a really good service, a really good quality, high quality restaurant with service and quality of food. So up to you to decide, guys. Entertainment. So eating out every night of the week is not your only option, right? So you look up local movie theaters, shows, going sightseeing, museums, some entertainment like bowling, maybe horse riding. So whatever you want. Most mail order bride destinations will provide ample entertainment for two, maybe for 50 to 100 as well per night. Gifts and flowers, guys. Mail order brides don't expect a massive diamond ring on your first real life date. Remember about that, please. So, and of course, we are talking about normal women, right? Good ones. So you can bring a small token of affection and buy flowers and sweets, maybe from a local florist, without breaking the bank. Otherwise, your gift budget can range from $50 up to, I won't announce the amount, but like it can be limitless, up to yourself. If we only consider the dating budget, how much does a male bride cost? So with an average nightly date budget of $50 and $100 reserved for gifts, you will need around maybe $800 for a 2-week stay. And now think about how much you would spend at home if you went on a date every night. K1 visa cost, guys. The only non-negotiable item on the mail order bride's pricing list is the visa application. You know, foreign mail order brides must apply for a K1 visa and cover the fees of several application forms, including permanent residency. So the current rates are Form 1, 129F, petition for Align Fines, around $535. Form DC 160 online non-immigrant visa application for K1 visa, $265. Form 1 485 application to register permanent residency or adjust status, $1,140. Biometrics for Form 1 $85 and medical examination up to $500. And some more. Form 1 declaration of financial support, no filing fee. So if you are unsure, you can fill out the paperwork without issues, just by yourself. Of course, a consultation and help with an immigration lawyer or consultancy service won't go amiss, even if it adds extra expenses to your mail order wife course. So guys, if you are thinking and planning do something, try to use, though probably it sounds a little bit rude, but try to use the time right now, because right now, as you remember, you don't need K1 visa for your girlfriend. You just need to fill the special form to be a sponsor for her, at least on the papers, right, for some period of time, and she can stay. You can learn each other, and then if you decide, you can get married and she legally can stay with you. So you can avoid really huge part of the price of the mail order bride. So wedding cost. If your question of how much are mail order wives goes beyond meeting your future wife and comprises the wedding ceremony, so you can always consider tying the knot outside the US. Unless you and your mail order bride settle on a courthouse ceremony, the wedding expenses will include the venue, decorations, flowers, food, drinks, cake, photographer, video maker. So all these, of course, will cost huge money, but up to you to decide again where to do that and the level of all these services. So according to the wedding price index, Pakistan and India are the cheapest countries to host a wedding, with an average cost of under $4,000. So probably, why not? Maybe also can be a good idea. I know that a lot of Ukrainian people, not even talking of international marriages, just Ukrainian couples, they like to organize wedding at some exotic places, because to some extent it's cheaper, it's more exciting, it's more interesting. You don't need to invite all this and feed, of course, all this crowd of hundreds of relatives. So, and at the same time, you can have a honeymoon right there. So can be really a good option. So getting married in the Hamptons or Positano, Italy, is the most expensive, with the average prices of over $40,000. So the average cost of Ukraine mail order bride. Here I should know, guys, that traveling to Ukraine right now is dangerous because of the war, that Russia started. The prices I provide here are a little bit, they are not all, but like they are on the range of before war time period, right? And current average for you to see if Ukraine bride cost fits your budget. So airfare around $500-900, depending on the season and the airport. Though the Ukrainian airports right now have stopped accepting, civilian flights since the start of the Russian invasion. So you guys can only reach Eastern Europe by plane. As I said, Warsaw, Prague, Budapest. Accommodation, $200-400 average, as the hotels are much cheaper in small cities than in Kyiv or Lviv or Kharkiv or Odessa, right? Of course, don't forget about public transportation, about $100-200, depending on your preferred mode of travel. You can rent a car, that will be different. You can use buses, you can use taxi. So that all depends on you. Even train tickets are much cheaper, by the way, in Ukraine. So daily expenses, as we mentioned, approximately $50-100, as groceries and eateries are mostly affordable if you don't go for fine dining every night. So you can organize romantic dinner with your lady, also a good chance to see if she's interested in you, if she's okay to stay with you in a private atmosphere, not necessarily to have sex on the second or third date. But if she's not afraid and feel comfortable on the close territory with you and maybe cooking together, so that's also a very good sign for you to check what's her real opinion about you. And dates around $200, $400 as entertainment rates are relatively tame compared to the US. And wedding, as we said, starting probably from $5,000 up to $15,000, and the cost hinges on the location and the number of guests. Like if you if you choose and your choice will be kind of countryside ladies, so be ready that the amount of guests can be really huge, up to 100 and even more. Really modernized and fashionable ladies, they don't like so big crowds, but of course they like higher quality of dresses, of jewelry, of makeup, of restaurant, and of all these. So think about that too. Actually, how to save money. Tips to reduce the cost of mail order bride. As we've established, the cost of the mail order bride depends on the multiple factors, guys, and can exceed your budget. To keep the expenses manageable, use a few simple tips. Mind the online dating site expenses. Once you find your perfect spouse, your partner, you may wish to give up the more expensive communication tools like video chats. On the other hand, using free dating websites is not a viable saving option as they are more prone to scams, so be careful. Plan ahead when traveling. The sooner you book your flight or bus tickets or hotel or apartment, the more affordable the price will be for you. Set a courting and wedding budget. Expensive gifts and hundreds of guests at the reception aren't as important as true affection and care between you and your lady. And if you and your future wife are on the same page regarding expenses, you can save enough money for a romantic honeymoon or your love nest. So you can maybe rent another apartment or buy some new furniture or whatever you need, guys, to make your future life with your Ukrainian wife more comfortable and nice. So conclusion, what does the mail order wife course consist of? Given that you cannot actually buy yourself a bride, there cannot be any standard mail order bride's price. The cost of woman for marriage will always be different for everyone based on various factors. The cost of a mail order bride depends on things like the site you choose, the level of membership you choose, how long it takes you to find a bride, and how extravagant you like to get with gifts. So all these factors determine the end mail order bride's cost for you. And some people don't meet in real life at all, or at least for a long time. So they love the online component of the relationship and are in no rush to take it offline. It's also worth nothing that the mail order wife course consists of several types of expenses. There is the money you'll spend communicating with the ladies, travel expenses when it's finally time to meet in real life, wedding expenses for when you decide to tie the knot, and all kinds of additional expenses, such as visa expense we mentioned to her country, and also maybe your visa to Ukraine, gifts for her and her family, and maybe kids if you start dating with single mother. So hopefully, guys, this will help you understand why there cannot be a universal answer to the question, how much does a mail order bride actually cost, and why dozens of things can factor into the overseas wife cost you will pay in the end. So, guys, that's all. That was my information about this topic. Would like to know, of course, your opinion, to see what you think, and maybe, guys, you are gonna share with me also your stories, because I know some of you already experienced and you probably can tell me also, you can give me also some ideas and numbers, and that will be useful for another guys. We are not talking about scam websites, okay? The wrong one, with false profiles and fooling you as a customers. We are talking about good, honest, with a good reputation dating websites, maybe you used in your past experience. So guys, you're welcome. Hello to everybody once again. Thanks for coming today guys. Wonderful, absolutely wonderful Friday. We have +5. The spring is in the air. So guys, very nice weather and feeling. Of course, if it's not war right now here, the mood would be much better. But I'm impatiently waiting, expecting the time when I can start planting and doing something outside to spend much more time on the fresh air, not sitting inside the house, because you know it's depressing in the darkness, in the coldness, listening all these explosions and booms. And even if you hear something when you're outside and that's not so dark, you know, and cold, your psychic works like that, that it's you have easier perception of all these things. So hello once again. What? Hello, Jacob. Hello. Mukadar Swati. Hello. Thanks for coming. Gregory. Доброго дня, Vita. Доброго дня. Tracy, hello. Thanks for waking up. I know it's early for you. Thanks. And you probably have to go to work still. Yannick, hello. Thanks for coming as well. Yannick, for you, afternoon, as for me. Yeah. Tracy also using Ukrainian language. Thanks. Жаночка, привет. Has a great stream. Hope you're well there. Hello, guys. Yeah, I am... sorry. I am okay. I'm still sick, guys. Seems I have COVID. But thanks God, you see, I'm alive and feel more or less not fine, not completely recovering still, but have some issues with my health. So all the family now sick. Yeah, that's what small kids doing, you know, until you keep the child inside, don't let him go into big kids society. You can control infections, because we as an adult people, even if you go to supermarket, you always have disinfector, probably you wearing mask, so you don't forget to wash your hands. But when the child start to attend some additional lessons, maybe like dance classes or something, so of course, you know, after training, who will remember to wash hands? So, and then it's the kind of vicious chain of spreading infection. Yeah. Жаночка, what I wanted to say, Жаночка. 2 days ago, Жаночка, here was not a nice day, absolutely, at all. Yeah, thanks God, no victims or something. We got a rocket shot down just right here. It was very big boom, explosion. And after maybe in 1 hour or 2, it was absolutely huge shilling, very close, by the way, just on the edge of the city. And I can tell you guys, all the city were very nervous, and we really got scared because it was really loud and scary. Yeah. So, but thanks God, everything is fine. They ruined some electrical lines, something, but not very critical. But anyway, a big amount of people stay without electricity. Yeah. So, but thanks God. So thanks, Жаночка, for coming to my live stream. If you are waiting for some update, I will tell you. Last days were really loud in Sumy. Today and yesterday, fine. So we have sirens, but it was okay. but the previous week or two was really not nice. Not nice. And hello, happy Friday. Thanks for coming. But what? Thanks for your help. Tristan, hello, hello. Jacob, if the site has an option to send a gift, then it's a scam site. Not necessarily. No, I cannot agree. I cannot agree. Because actually, in sending gifts, nothing bad until you dating online, but not gifts. I mean, flowers, some sweets or something. Of course, it's much better. If you know the personal address and phone number of lady, you can always use any service in the city, finding it in Google, ordering some flowers, some sweets, and just specifically personally to a lady, but not necessarily. Usually yes, but of course they do prices much higher than it's normally on the market, right? And we have this stereotype, but there are some good agencies who also can provide, because sometimes, you know, guys who don't have time for googling also can be, you know, not sure about, they cannot speak English. Most of the people here cannot speak English. So if you contact some of the company, you know, and you want to deliver it personally, not all of them can understand you, can understand what you really want. It can be the problem also with payment, you know, because not all of them have like a PayPal or a dollar card or euro card. Sometimes it can be difficult. But with matchmaking agencies, if they are okay, they have all these payment systems set up, right? And if you trust this agency, you can be sure that specifically your lady will get flowers, will get fruits, or whatever you decide to present her, some sweets probably. So not necessarily. But I understand why you think so, because it's a stereotype of usually scammer dating websites, right? Tristan, supposedly U4U visas will end around September 23, unless extended or increased above 100,000. Don't know if that will has happened yet, but I expect the state debt to parallel administration of Ukraine. That will depend on how long the war will continue here, guys. We all expecting, of course, for the end in this year, but that's not for sure. That's not for sure. Remember. So until we have hot moments here, I guess these programs will work. So don't miss your time. Don't waste your time. If you have someone in your mind or you plan to do that, and even about traveling of girls, we mentioned that many times, from Ukraine to Europe. That's not a problem right now anymore. Right now, it's even much cheaper and much more simple. You don't need any special requirements, any documents, any COVID certificates, just nothing. You need to have your biometrical foreign passport, what we have here for traveling in Ukraine, money for expenses, for your travel expenses, and that's it. So guys, it's a good time until the war. I mean, at least it will be cheaper and easier. So Jacob, Vita, are you able to drive a rental car into Ukraine from one of those countries? Are you able to drive rental car into Ukraine from one of those countries? Yes, I know the guy. I have a friend in London, and I know he, when he's coming to Ukraine, he's flying. Of course, before he was flying to Kiev, but I know also that once he was flying to Warsaw, he got the rental car there, and he drove the car. He drove the car to Sumi, and then on his way back, he brought up the car. Yeah, must be probably some conditions, but normally yes. Normally yes. Wolf Dragin 26. Hello, thanks for coming. I would be glad to share my home and my income with a beautiful woman like you. Give her freedom she wants. Uh, Thanks for nice words. First of all, thanks for coming, for joining us today. Hopefully, this information was useful for you. And be be careful with too much freedom. Still, be careful, because not all people and women can use freedom wisely. So be careful, first of all, while you're choosing lady and while giving her too much freedom. So be attentive. Jacob, I wouldn't recommend spending more than 3 days for your first visit. If you hit it off, when you can visit again for longer period after that. I completely disagree with you, Jacob. Sorry, my naughty friend. Completely disagree. What you can do for 3 days? Oh my God. If you really like the woman, no, absolutely total disagreement. No. First of all, you will make your travel expenses double more expensive, because if you need to come again and again and again and again, first of all, what's the reason to spend really big money for traveling and to spend here for 3 days? You cannot learn the person, you cannot see the country, you cannot understand what's the opinion of your lady. And don't forget, if you stay longer, small secret for you guys, and if everything is fine with your lady and your lady is mature, you can also can have a chance for some intimacy before you're leaving, which I consider also very important, to see if you guys have physical chemistry. So if you stay, let's say, if your budget, if your work, if your social position, your money, whatever, your life circumstances allows you to stay here 2-3 weeks, I would think that's much better. Of course, it will be more expensive, but it will be cheaper if you need to come again in 2-3 months. So who knows, if you stay with your lady 2-3 weeks, everything is perfect. You meet with her every day, you really like her, and you feel she really likes you. You spend as much time as you can together, go into different places, not necessarily only to restaurant, just walking, go into the cinema, to museums, to some interesting places, not necessarily expensive, just to talk as much as you can. And if you're lucky one, within the time frame of 2-3 weeks, if everything is fine and you guys have chemistry, you can get first sex as well. Who knows, maybe you don't like her absolutely, or she doesn't like you absolutely. But if you manage to have also this part of relationship before you're leaving, that will make things much easier and cheaper for you in the future, because then you just online texting with her, right? Maybe sending her some money, maybe sending her some flowers, something, but that's not necessarily probably for you to come once again. She can come directly to you then later, maybe in 6 months, or up to your agreement, or how your relationship grow, how open you are, how much you trust to each other. So maybe once you will need to come to ask permission for her parents or to meet her parents. But I know cases, guys, when people meet here 2-3 weeks, 1 month, and if everything is fine, before leaving, the girl, woman can invite you to the family dinner with her parents, just to have an acquaintance, to see how her family accept you, things about you. Maybe she will get introduce you to some of her friends, That's also good idea. You will see the surrounding in which she lives, in which she was brought up, and people, quality of people she's communicating and considering her friends. So the longer you stay, the better. In regard of this one time trip, yeah, that can happen more expensive, because she start to bring you to one friends, to another friends, to BBQ, to shashlik, to that, of course that will cost all money. But if you come just for 3 days, what you can do for 3 days? In 3 days, I can be so shy that I will be sitting on the date just silently and listening to you. So you will not even understand if you like me or if I like you. So you guys need much more time. But of course, again, I am not imposing my vision to you. That's my personal probably experience, because I was counseling many couples when foreign guys come to sue me. I see how relationship was developing. If you see, of course, she's scammer, or she really doesn't like you, or something went wrong on the date, of course you understand that you don't need to stay longer, but at the same time you can try another lady. Who knows? So, and maybe you will be more lucky. So for me to spend $1,000 for air flight or for buses, when doesn't matter, for hotel, for presents, for restaurants, it still will be big expenses. And then just to live in 3 days, no, Jacob, completely disagree. But we know that you love Ukrainian women, yeah. But what COVID, yeah, I understand that when I was thinking I'm already healthy. So when I start feeling better, then finally I understand I get this. Rene, hello Vita. Hello Rene. Should a man marry the lady in Ukraine location or wait until he brings the lady to his home country, US? That's up to you. That's up to you and your lady. That's up to you and your lady. Absolutely different stories. Of course, in Ukraine, that will be 10 times cheaper. Absolutely. Probably your lady would like to have a wedding in Ukraine, because in this case, first of all, she can be in her natural atmosphere, natural life circumstances, right? She can invite people whom she wants, her relatives, her friends. I'm not talking about hundreds of guests, okay, right? But still, more familiar. She can explain much better than what she wants is for her wedding. And of course, that will be cheaper. And when you bring her to US, you can make a small party with your friends, or she can use the same wedding gown already there. But I guess it will be cheaper. Like anyway, you need to have some celebration in your motherland, right? With your relatives, with your friends, probably. But still, I know some girls who really wants to move abroad, and nothing changed them with their motherland anymore. So some of them, of course, would prefer to have a wedding maybe in US, or maybe in some other countries, as I mentioned, like Goa, India, or Bali, you know. That's all, guys, depends how you agree with your lady. You can always discuss that. You can always discuss that. I think when you come to the moment of planning wedding, you will need for sure when she would like to have this wedding, and how she wants that. Younger generation right now in Ukraine, younger generation, they prefer not to make pompous weddings. Really, they prefer to save money and to go to some exotic country for some honeymoon, or to buy something into apartment. Really, or maybe maybe they are saving money for apartment. So this money they can use for their future accommodation. or for the car, whatever. So younger generation are more pragmatic, more economic in this way. And they don't think it's necessary to feed, like wining and dining, hundreds of guests. But don't forget, all those guests also will bring some money, some presents, which also will be a good benefit, and some expenses for wedding. If you do that in Ukraine, will be like kind of returned to you. Because it's sorry guys, I have this constant feeling in my throat when I talk. It's constantly itching. So up to you. All these questions you should discuss. At my wedding, at my first wedding, there were 15 people. At my second wedding, there were 30 people. Both were good, and not for all the money of the earth. But I was absolutely, completely satisfied, let's say. So, up to you. Gregory, Vita, I have a question. This film, Ukraine on Fire, is it all real or fake? It came out in 2018. Ukraine on Fire. Gregory, I need to check because I want to see really the real name in our language before I tell you is it true or not. 1 second, I will make a notice. Ukraine on Fire. What you mean? You can clarify what was mentioned in the film. Donbass, Donetsk, Lugansk, I guess something like that. But I will look through and let you know tomorrow if you want, okay? Because I don't want to lie. I need to check. And please remind me tomorrow. I guess you will be here tomorrow. Remind me. Or if you have some specific question about some specific facts, please let me know now in comments, and I will try to give you an answer, at least my vision, okay, or what I knew, okay? Goodness. Tristan, do you know requirements for US traveling too? Every other country surrounding Ukraine regarding visa requirement. Do you know requirements for US traveling too? Traveling to them, every other country surrounding Ukraine regarding visa requirement. Didn't get you, Tristan, for 100%. Not sure that I can give you. You mean requirements for US citizens to travel to European countries, or what specifically? I think right now there is no special requirements. But make it please more clear, make the question more clear for me, okay? Because it depends, I guess, from country to country. It depends. Maybe some country needs visa, like Ukraine probably needs visa, Poland probably doesn't need visa. So you mean for guys from USA who will be traveling for European countries? Yannick, hey, what? Yeah, can be everywhere at the same time. Yeah. Tracy, time to head to work. I will be back if I can. Yeah, have a nice working day. Please stay safe. And if you have a chance to get back to us, we have one hour more, guys. 1 more hour. So, yeah. Jacob, there isn't any visa requirements to travel. You only need a passport. So, Jacob, you mean it for you American citizens traveling to Europe, or for girls traveling? For girls, right now, no requirements. No, absolutely. Just biometrical passport, and that's it. And money for for travel. That's it. What? Vita, about the stay for more than 3 days thing. I think a lot of men prefer. Oh, sorry, it jumped. About the stay for more than 3 days thing. I think a lot of men prefer a shorter stay because there is no guarantee that it will work out with the lady. I can understand that, but at the same time, guys, if you use the right matchmaking company, counselors of this matchmaking company and admins, if the agency is the right one, they can have the reserve for you. If something went wrong with the first lady, they can order you, or they can not order, sorry, offer you, suggest you meeting other ladies. That story was, I remember, with some clients with match guarantee, even in Kiev. I don't remember the name of the guy, but some guys were coming, and of course, from the first day, no chemistry, no understanding, just nothing works. Or the lady is greedy, or the lady didn't like the guy. But I remember matchmakers, ladies, they were preparing the list of just in case of another ladies, and later that worked, and I know such situations. So that how it must work in reality. I mean, if you use matchmaking company, of course, if you're doing that just like on Tinder or somewhere, but still stay in the country more. 1 week, walk around, try to talk to people. You can find the lady, you can meet the lady even on the street or in some restaurant or in some club or in some gym or even in supermarket. So if you come, try to use your chances maximum. That's for me. That's my approach. But of course, you can disagree with that. I can understand that. Rene, Vita, are you and Jana related? You have similar physical traits: eye color, skin tone, hair color. I believe both of you are from the same region. Yeah, we are from Sumy, both. But Janeczka now lives in Poland, and I live here in Sumy. But yeah, we are from the same city. Yeah. But I believe not me, not Janeczka have Slavic roots. I believe we have something Eastern, both of us, in our genetics, in our blood. Like, let's say, from my mother's side, I have some Tatars. I have, from my father's side, I have Polish people, I have Russian people, and I have even Polish, Russian, and Tatar people from my mother's side. So it's combination. I believe Janeczka also not pure Slavic lady. I mean, by mentality, by location, she is Slavic, but I believe in her blood runs some Eastern blood too, because she's not typical Slavic lady. Janeczka, hopefully you're not offended if you listen to our live stream still, but yeah. But who knows? Tom, hello. Thanks for coming. Thanks. What? But if the option to extend your stay is possible because of work and finances, of course, then they should... Well, what is jumping comments? Sorry. Then they should definitely take that into consideration when visiting the lady. Yeah, I think if you paid already, and even if something didn't work, you need to use maximum. You need to take maximum from this trip. So, yeah. Jacob, that is the way travel is in Europe for American citizens. Okay, Ukraine, I'm not totally for sure, though. Yeah, before the war, you need to get some visa, if I'm not mistaken. Or you can fly here without visa, but if you want, yeah, I was helping some guys. Uh, I don't remember, guys, sorry. Right now, I'm not sure at all, but before, yeah, if you they get their visa, they come here, and yeah, they did some permanent residency, yeah, something like that. Gregory, I could wait until tomorrow, Vita. But you, please, if you want some specific fact, you can mention. We have time, so I can answer that. No problem for me. But as for movie, I will watch tonight. Okay, I will see, because maybe the movie is familiar to me, but it sounds different in our language. Maybe that I don't want to make any mistakes. Oh, Global Bloodstock. Hello, 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 hello. Hi, Vita. Hope all is good. Yes, agree about you can meet a lady anywhere. I met a beautiful lady in Coffee Man shop when I was in Sumy. So, yes. And younger generation can speak English right now. So why not to use the chance as it is? Right now, if you are already here, you made such a long trip, you spent really big money. So try to take maximum from this trip. Yeah. Simon, stock trader. Billy in 1 hour on match guarantee. Okay, probably the question is not related to me. Okay. Tristan, is there a 90-day limit to travel to these Eastern European countries on US passport? I really don't know, as I am not the citizen of Eastern European countries. You mean Ukraine or like Poland, Czech Republic or something? I guess for American passports, the restrictions and limitations almost shouldn't exist. Almost shouldn't exist, I guess. And between inside the European Union, I guess there shouldn't be any problems for you to travel. Maybe you need to register. I don't want to lie. I don't want to lie, really. But I can check this information. Yeah, but Simon knows it's 90 days. It's like for Ukrainians with their biometrical passport. When we go to Poland, like legally, we can stay 90 days. Yeah. And then we should cross the borderline again and then come back again. Okay, guys. So, your questions. Simon, passport only in most. I also think there shouldn't be any restrictions or limitations for American citizens. I don't think. That's for third world countries, yeah. There can be like problematic, but not for American people. Schengen, yeah, Schengen agreement, however you spell it. Yeah, absolutely. I agree, Simon. Yeah, yeah. So, guys, some stories from your side, some experience maybe you want to share with me and with other guys. Uh, Maybe somebody's story had a happy end, but later something went wrong, but you want to share with the numbers and some statistic, some experience. Okay, guys, until you think about your next questions, I will make some more announcements as I have to, okay? And you think about your questions that we don't make any pause because I don't like to keep silence. Okay, so guys, as always, I would like to ask you, any live streamer always ask the same thing. Subscribe, hit the bell, and give me your likes, please. We need that. We need that for growing, for developing, and for spreading information between bigger amount of people, because who knows, probably some more guys need our help on this journey. Okay, so don't forget to share maybe some links between your friends whom you know probably single and maybe thinking but feel shy or don't know where to refer. So help us growing in this way. And guys, about donations. Remember that our mission at ukrainedating.tv is to educate Western men with the truth about Ukrainian women and their culture to increase your real chances of marrying a Ukrainian woman and building happy international family with her. So we don't want you to lose extra money, extra efforts, and extra hope. So everything must be from the first time, like successful. And I just wanted to say that we are very grateful for everybody who keeps helping us by donations. And maladets to all of them. And you guys who help us make our mission at ukrainedating.tv still possible. So big, great thanks. To cover our monthly channel expenses, it will take 40 followers to donate a small Starbucks coffee daily. Whoever wants, have desire, comfort, possibility, and chance to help us, even with the small amount, we appreciate all amounts, even $1. So you can donate to support us at Match Guarantee, spelled with a y.com/donate. The link you can find below in the description under this video and all the rest of our videos. So guys, yeah, I can keep answering your questions. Jacob, Ukraine is not part of that agreement. Schengen, of course, yeah, we are not in European Union still, and nobody knows if we are going to be. Let's say for me, that's not a principal question. That's not a principal question. I don't have a very clear idea if I want to be in European Union or not, because I know still Ukraine has to work on many things to become a worthy member of European Union. And really, I get used to this lifestyle we have here in Ukraine. And yes, in Europe, in America, you guys have definitely, and for sure, much more financial stability, definitely. But as for us in Ukraine, I guess we still have much more freedom. Much more freedom. You really can get here much more than you can get in Europe, having connections, being smart. And that's what I really appreciate here. I'm not talking about bribes or really some serious questions, but here you can really can make a lot of things, and you can feel still free, you know. So I'm not sure personally. If I want, of course, I would like to travel without maybe not so much restrictions or limitations, but still I see a lot of really good, a lot of good benefits in Ukraine for local people and even for some European people, because I know some guys really, when they are retired and if they have enough money, they really prefer to live in Ukraine. The life in Ukraine is much more bright, is much more interesting. I talk to people, for some refugees, some of my friends who moved to Europe. after working day, streets are empty. It's a silence. In the daytime, when it's working hours, you cannot meet people on the streets. For me, that's strange. For me, that's strange. So here, even now, guys, even now, no, of course, not like in March, in April. Okay, don't compare that situation, because now it's anyway safer. So you can meet a lot of people any time of the day. In the evening, people gathering together in the squares, going to some cafe, younger generation walking, meeting. So it's much more, people used to entertain here a little bit. Of course, who has money, who doesn't have, those people go directly home. Maybe mothers, of course, who needs to take care of kids and the families. But still, I think here, if you want to have nice time, you have much more possibility. People more open. You can call to your friend. Like, let's say when some of my American friends were here in Ukraine, and they, like, in the evening they feel, like bored, they can call me. I believe in some other countries that's not tolerated to have calls late and to make people move out of the apartment to go for some walk or to drink some beer somewhere. Here you can do that. So the culture and mentality more free, not so, isolated. We used here to go as a guest, to make barbecue, to meet, to talk, just like, I can get some call. Do you want some coffee? Or I cook today some meat with mushrooms. Do you want to try that? Come to me. And if you're not busy, you really have time, you can just dress in 5 minutes and go. That's how we live here. That's what I really like here in Ukraine. So I like this mentality. I like this culture. Hopefully you understand what I mean, guys. What? What, Vita, how many mail order brides do you know personally from friends or family, or have you met personally where the foreign husband moved to Ukraine? I have a neighbor, the lady with two girls, and she has a guy who is Albanian, by roots Albanian, but he lives in Switzerland. So they have a house just 100 meters away from me. That is one example. Uh, I know some guys even in Sumy who, I don't know if they're staying right now here, but quite a lot. Quite, not like dozens, of course. Hmm, up to 10 maybe. Up to 10 maybe. Something like that. Yeah. Antonio, back to not get notifications. I'm sorry for being so late with the brain. That's fine. You just remember, until the situation with electricity is fine, until the further notice from my side, I always streaming at 4 p.m. Ukrainian, 9 a.m. Eastern time. So that's my regular schedule. Before, I was in different times because of the electricity schedule. Right now, it's the situation is much better. So guys, you don't need, actually, until I let you know, especially, right, you don't need to follow even notifications. As for my streams, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, 4 p.m. Ukrainian, 9 a.m. Eastern time. So easy to remember, and that's fine. Jacob, Vita, were you able to watch any of those movies we recommended previously? No, Jacob, honestly, and I won't lie. I have still my list laying on the table here, but unfortunately, I work too much. Then kids were sick. When I was sick, then husband was sick. So we are still sick. You see, I'm looking a little bit strange, my eyes and my throat. Plus, guys, I really work a lot. Really work a lot. In the evening, I'm so tired that I really would like, and I have time to do that at night or in the evening, but I cannot. I start watching some animated cartoons with my younger daughter, and I simply fall asleep on the half of animated cartoons. Only 2 days ago, when the day was really bad, because really I was in panic. I really got scared to death. It was really scary, really, and it was very close. So we all were nervous, panicking. And when it's finally become quiet, kids went to bed. I watched some absolutely idiotic melodrama, like movies for women, for kitchen women, very simple, ordinary. You don't need to think, just to relax my brains, just to think about something else. So that really helped me. I started to watch also something, but then I'm interrupted by calls and some other things come. So for me, I need like vacation or days off. I can tell you, in my notice, I have list of probably 100 movies I really would like to watch. I really would like to watch. So I made this list. So I'm collecting, making the list longer and bigger day by day. But when it comes to watch something, I'm either dead, almost dead, or busy or no time. But I believe I will have a chance. I believe I will have a chance still. Juan, aloha. Yannick, Europe is shit opposite to Ukraine. You mean it's a opposite shit or it's a opposite to shit? So that's an interesting question. That's an interesting question, Yannick. This I absolutely agree. Beauty salons in Ukraine is billion times better. Not only beauty salons, all these like some services, even medicine, guys, even medicine. I believe we don't need to wait here for months for lines. You can call to your doctor. So when my child was sick, I could call to doctor even 8 p.m. You know, when I got sick, I also could call to my doctor in the evening, and I would get some recommendations. I would be invited to hospital if needed, but I can get even some recommendations as for pills even over the phone. So our doctors, our veterinary, million time better in Ukraine, guys. As you know, I am a pet lovers and I have a lot of animals. I like to keep them healthy in order not to bring them to hospital, because veterinary is quite expensive for us, for Ukrainians, right? Especially if you have so many animals like I do. And but I am the member of many veterinary groups where absolutely different diseases, medications, cases are described, explained, advised. Like, if you want, you can really be educated in this way, even by yourself. But when I read reviews of people who moved to Ukraine or to Europe with animals, dogs or cats, that's horrible. That's horrible. First of all, the prices, it's guys, the price to cure the cat or to cure the dog is much more higher than mail order brides. That's not joke. That's not joke. To make MRI for dog in Chicago cost around $10,000. What a, you understand what I want to say? You need to say pee 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 to bring your dog for emergency, for the first aid, for emergency, to get some shitty injection as a relaxant or something, or antihistamine again against allergy, cost $500 in Chicago. Oh my God. Oh my God, guys. I have a veterinary who sterilized all my animals in my house, coming to me. She has, as I said, golden hands. I never saw better surgery, better service, better knowledge, better skills, better materials, better anesthesia than she has. And that cost, like, if I tell you how much, and I never had any complications with my animals after surgery. She never used antibiotics after surgery because she's doing everything so perfectly. Oh my God. In Europe, that's a tragedy. If you really have sick pet, you will become like a homeless person. You need to give everything. And what is the worst in that situation? Your animal won't be treated as it must be. As it must be. So, Yannick, in this way, I agree with you. I still believe you guys have better equipment, better machinery, like better apparatus, like MRI, X-ray, right? Ultrasound, all that of the quality, of course, can be much better, must be more modernized and fashionable. But the knowledges of your doctors, I believe, is poorer 100% than ours. I believe. Beauty, nails, everything. Yannick, absolutely true. And many other things. You can eat here, guys, natural food for not all money of the world. You know, you can go to the marketplace and buy almost everything homemade or from domestic farmers, you know, not with hormones, what pork, beef, salad, these vegetables, fruits. Oh my God, even now you can go and buy sugar beet, carrots, onion just from the people from the village. And that not cost too much. So I believe Ukraine still is in some moments, in some spheres, much better than Europe. I mean, not want to offend, but here I appreciate some things. I never would like to live without these things. So, but that's for me. That's for me. That's for me. But yeah. Second, guys. Second. Yeah, 90 days, no visa. Yeah, I agree. Juan. Juan Vita the Brain, does the term mail order bride have a negative connotation in Ukraine? It seems to have one in the United States. I attribute the negative perception to Western women's envy. Yeah, that actually, guys, Juan, very funny. Actually, that should be the topic for me for today. Why feminists hate mail order bride. But I really don't have much to say about that. So I decided that's not the best topic for me, because I like to give some content, not just blah blah blah. So I don't know actually why. I need to think about that, but seems either I was in a special mood or sick, I don't know, but I didn't like that topic to talk with you. But yeah, thanks for touching that too. Mail order bride, that will always have the negative perception for the people who are familiar with scam matchmaking websites, platforms, right? And between the ladies who want to stay in Ukraine and guys who think Ukrainian guys, because Ukrainian guys feel very envy that Ukrainian ladies move abroad to foreign guys. They all consider these girls as a prostitutes, that they sold themselves for money, for old, fat, ugly, stinky uh, people. So there shouldn't no love exist in these couples. So all these prejudices of course exist here, but people who want, they go ahead and they do what they want, because that's the only chance. Ladies also using the right matchmaking companies, because they understand that the filtering of people is much higher, right? Because yeah, first of all, girls understand that on Tinder, let's say Tinder, it's free for guys. So also can be some, thoughts like, if he doesn't want to pay, so probably he is greedy or poor, right? A lot of maniacs, perverts, uh, hunters for nude photos. All these platforms, free platforms, can be full of that, right? So yeah, some negative perception can be, but we don't use this term here. This mail order bride term is for you guys, for foreigners. We are not using this. We just telling lady who wants to find foreign husband, or a lady who registered at matchmaking company. So we use more those terms. But mail order bride, it's not so common on our language, on our tongue even. I mean, not practicing too much. But the idea you got, right? Russia now, they require a visa. Russia uh, even shouldn't be given any visa. Yeah. Simon, thanks for explanation. Yeah, thanks for your knowledges. Tracy, you get back to us. I know a guy that met a woman that now lives in Sumy. That's from Florida. Really? That now lives in Sumy. That's from Florida. So the guy lives in Sumy or the girl lives in Sumy? The guy moved to Sumy, Tracy. Interesting. Cool. What? Dutch citizens don't need a visa to travel to Ukraine. We can stay there for 90 days every half a year, right, without requiring a visa. So I guess, yeah, must be all the same rules for all the rest countries, yeah. Any US citizen that travels to Russia is not being smart right now. I had a fight today with one guy from Germany who is pro-Russian. Oh my God. And he keeps telling me that the Bakhmut already occupied and invaded fully by Russians. I try to convince him that not yet. I start to feel irritation. And then finally he sent me the article from Russian newspaper that Prigozhin ask Zelensky to let the aged people and kids from Bakhmut to leave Bakhmut, to let them move out of Bakhmut because they care of them, because they almost surrounding Bakhmut, and it will be dangerous for kids and for aged people to stay there. And I got exploded. I said, when they raped kids in Bucha, they didn't care about those kids. You're really such an idiot that you think half a year they bombed, they ruined completely that poor Bakhmut. They only now they start to care about aged people and kids. Oh my God, what a idiots. Then I sent him a very interesting video. I don't remember if I told you last time. Few days ago, we got the rocket shot down here, very just above Sumy, at the end of city. Okay, it happened above forest and some private houses. You know, I don't know, was the target Sumi or something in Sumi, or it was just flying somewhere, but our anti-aircraft system shot it down. The boom was huge anyway. But what I really liked, I even sent it to some of my friends in the morning. Konashenko, their general, who is he, military head, something. He surprised that rocket forces of Russia Federation shoot the rocket to Sumy, reached the target and ruined the factory and the department where heavy artillery devices were created and fixed and repaired. Oh my God, I can last next time I can show you this photo. It's like 30 seconds something. You will anyway understand the name of Sumi. He showing map and telling heavy artillery. So I said, whom you listen? The rocket, first of all, was shot down. There is no military factory in Sumy. And of course, no department for fixing and repairing military, like artillery in Sumy. Oh my God, such a liars. So yes, that's the painful topic for me. Jacob, Vita, being sick is the perfect time to watch movies. I agree with you. That's my dream, to give kids to grandmothers, to stay alone in the bed with something tasty, no need to cook, to clean, to wash, to work. Also, just your notebook or your phone. You can sleep when you want, you can eat even in bed, and you can watch some movie. Oh my God, that's the perfect dream. I really would like to have such 2 or 3 days. But then I know after 2 3 days I will be done, and then work is a crazy again. But I can't stop working, guys. I don't have days off. That's the issue. I never have days off, even on birthday or New Year. So never days off, and even if I'm sick, still keep working. So no chance for me. Bill, good morning, Vita, and all MGME. All this MGME guys remind me BDSM abbreviation. I cannot do anything with myself. This MGME, I know why. Sorry for this bad joke, guys. But yeah, about this topic, we have this MGME, like man, woman, man. So whenever I see this MGM, I have a not healthy associations in my mind. So sorry for that. Sorry for that. Bill. I woke up this morning and at my door was a box delivery. To my dismay, it was not a Ukrainian mail order bride. Oh my God. You didn't get notification from me. I sent you lady in that box. So probably she escaped or some post service guy opened the box, found the lady and decided to get it for himself. Sorry. Sorry, Bill. I will not send it once again. So what was in the box actually? Share with us. Now I'm curious. What was in the box? Juan Antonio, hey guys, do us a favor and become members of the channel. You get perks. The perks are super awesome. Show your strength to the ladies. Yeah, Juan, thanks for help and support. Yeah, we really need that, guys. We really need that. Yannick, medical equipment is the same, especially dentistry. Oh, dentistry, that's another story. That's, oh my God. I have a lady in Germany. He wants to come to Ukraine. So the cost of bus will be 150 euro to get back to Ukraine and 150 euro to get back again after to Germany. So 300 euro count. And still it will be cheaper for her to make a dentistry here in Ukraine, even during the war. Because she said she need to treat two teeth in Germany, and she said they gave me the price. Oh my God, I will go to Ukraine, spend there 2 weeks, made all these procedures and get back. Yeah, and the quality. In Spain, they also say that they are not curing teeth; they just pulling it out and then put some instead, and that's it. It's very expensive and not really good quality. Bill, what does that mean? Tools, knives, fairy, cat. Oh my God. Tracy. Yes, the guy moved to Sumy. Sumy actually is a very good city to live. I say it's green, it's compact. You don't need, if you like something like really loud. It's still movement here. It can be noisy, but in that extent that you can, bear that. It's not the same rush like in Kiev. Everything is double cheaper. Absolutely good service if you like, good restaurants. And if you're not young, like to have a crazy nights or something, in Sumy you can really have a calm, good, interesting life, especially with your guys' money, which you can save or have when you're retired. Properties much cheaper. Still, of course, can be some expensive things. Of course, definitely. I don't want to say that Sumy is a cheap city, but it's still a very nice city to stay and to live. Yeah. Yeah, Yannick. Russia deserves to receive a nuke. Yeah. They deserve a lot of bad things. Yeah, global bloodstock. Russians can't even lie straight in bed. They are so strange in their lives. And you saw that situation in Bryansk. Did you read or something? They say Ukrainians made what is this? Oh my God, in Russian. Diversant, diversant. So some something Ukrainians. So the story was changing since morning till evening 10 times. First was girl, then the girl appeared in another place, then was boy, then was the school bus with kids, then no school bus. So they are lying. I don't know how. They're lying to their people, first of all, to their people. And then finally we saw that some Russian guys who absolutely disagree with Putin regime, and I have this interview. Unfortunately, that's in Russian, so you cannot understand probably much, but you can understand by their mimics and how they claim. So they actually call people to stand up, to raise, to wake up, and to clean up the territory from Putin's regime. So Russian people, that was that, but not Ukrainians group, diversants, or, oh my God, they are creators of fairy tale. Yeah. So guys, we have 15 minutes. But what? Bill must work in the Netherlands on a temp permit, work towards permanent permit, or get married a Dutch citizen. In either case, you need to have a permanent permit for at least 5 years. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, learn the language, they have tests and follow procedures. Yeah. What? I know, I know, match guarantee, man. I know. It was just joke because it's very similar and sounds similar to some sexual term here in Ukraine. So every time I just see this abbreviation, it comes to my mind. That's it, what I wanted to say. I know. But thanks for reminding once again. Da, Bill, I guess Жаночка left already. Jacob. What? I thought MGM meant Metro Goldwyn Mayer, the movie studio with the lion roaring before the movie starts. Yeah, great joke. That was for me because what probably didn't get my joke, or it was too much for him. Hello, Dale. Thanks for coming. Hello, Vita and everyone. I'm just waking up. I will have to watch the return and catch up. No problem. When you feel time, when you have time. Bill, I buy items online. I had to replace a portable language translation device as a criminal stole mine. What? Very funny. Tracy, what is the population of Sumy? I'm a small town, relatively guy. I couldn't live in a big... Что такое? It's a dog knocking. I couldn't live in a big city. Normally, the population of Sumy was 360,000 people before war. Then the final amount I know was 260,000 people. Then the war started in March. Around 170,000 people moved out of Sumy, so the Sumy become empty. But now people coming back, so it's difficult for me to tell you exact amount right now. So normally 260 people, but now it's much less, of course. I guess maybe up to 200,000, something like that. So guys, Sumy is from one end to another like 10 kilometers. So by car, 25-30 minutes, and you are at another end of the city. So, yeah. Yeah, global bloodstock. Russian partisan soldiers in Bryansk. The video was funny with their yellow tape around them. There is no more yellow tape in that area. Yeah. But that's funny. That's funny that nobody except that was Russian partisan. They prefer, of course, to tell that was Ukrainian diversants. Yeah. So sabotage group. Bill, start to make naughty jokes. Dale, do you have a friend named Chip? Chip and Dale? What, Bill? Making a Vita think of naughty things. Just come to my mind. Global bloodstock, Tracy. It's a relative small central area. I walked nearly everywhere, although probably a car is needed to get to some areas. Of course, of course, of course. It's difficult to walk for 1 hour. Of course, car can be fine, but definitely you won't use much fuels as in USA, right? Because the city is compact, small size, not small size, normal size, but no need to buy fuel like every day. Global bloodstock. I found a great translation app last week called Psyche. Really? I will check. Can I make a notice? Psyche. We'll see. We'll check. Bill, yeah, Jana is from Sumy. Tracy, too big. Oh my God. I live in a city that's about 100,000 and move into a town that is only about 19,000. Oh, Tracy, not necessarily to meet all those 200,000 of people. If you can live in a suburban area like me, like I, so you don't need to come across all those people. It's very silent here and comfortable here, not loud, not noisy. Hate the tourists. How much does it cost? All in for a male order bride to come to UK. Full cost, please. Impossible. I explained when I was giving you information. It's impossible. I don't have any information about you. How old are you? What's your expectations? What age group of lady you are looking for? From what city? That's not possible. I don't know how much, what membership you will choose, how much you will come, how many times you will come, 1 time or 2 or 3 times. So that's not possible. Sorry. You can listen at the beginning of live stream. I gave some approximate number, so you can count that by yourself. But that really depends on many factors. Many factors. So factors would actually build up the total price, right? Juan Vita, is there property within 15 minutes drive of Sumy which is good for homes? Of course, and they are selling them much, much cheaper. We have very good countryside. It's 5 minutes from Sumy, 10 minutes from Sumy. Really good place, really good place. Straight road, 10 minutes and you are in the city. Much cheaper. The friends of my husband, they sold apartment in Sumy and they bought the house there. Of course, they have car, but they work in Sumy. They work in Sumy. But that's a wonderful place, absolutely. Yeah. When you come out of Sumy, so we have we don't have big distances between villages. So Sumy, 5 minutes and another village, 5 minutes and another village. So it's everything like very close, but the price, of course, will be cheaper, and a lot of houses can be sold right now for cheaper price, because it's not in Sumy. But if you have car, and 15-20 minutes is not a problem for you to drive, really good opportunity. Yeah. Juan, my town has maybe 2,000 people. Oh, oh, it's really small. Bill, my briefcase with Wally money, 500,000 credit cards, gift cards, license stolen. Что? My briefcase with the wallet money, $500, credit cards, gift cards, license stolen, car keys, house keys. had to change locks. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm sorry for that. That's a real disaster, Bill. Ooh, sorry for that. Will you refer to police? Will you ask to find? Guys, we have 5 minutes, actually around 3 minutes, 2 minutes, and then I will have to say you goodbye. Tristan, probably not serious Sumy. Sumy population is listed at 260,000 people. However, that does not take into account the percentage that left, of course, because of the war. So, what would you say it is now? As I said, I guess around 200,000, something like that, because around 170,000 moved in March only, and then kept moving out. I will try to find the statistic. Maybe some local authorities have this statistic. Yeah. Global bloodstock, but I don't recommend buying a property on the Russian side of Sumy at this moment in time. Of course, I'm not inviting anybody to Sumy right now. That's definitely, guys. That's for sure. Don't misunderstand. I live within 1 hour of Denver. There is approximately 712,000 people who live there. Okay, so you live kind of suburban, right? Okay. Yannick, my town, Helsinki, have around 8,000 citizens. Hillerod, around 38,000 citizens. Yeah. Okay, guys, I have 3 minutes left, and I know that some other live stream is going to be in 3 minutes, so I don't want to interrupt to break another girl's live stream. Okay, I want to say thanks for everybody who came today. Please come to me tomorrow, 4 p.m. Ukrainian time, 9 a.m. Eastern time. Okay, I hope everybody has a nice and cozy and pleasant Friday. Enjoy your time, guys. And for newbies who don't know our channel is about, I will show some short video. Okay, and I will see you tomorrow, guys. Thanks for coming. Thanks for everybody. Have a nice day today.
Our channel is the world's first of its kind, providing free live streaming every single day for you. 7 days a week with the real, genuine, beautiful Ukrainian ladies. Now you have the opportunity to video chat free 7 days a week with different, beautiful Ukrainian girls of all ages and walks of life. You get to ask all your deepest, burning questions about all things Ukraine, Ukraine culture, Ukraine women, and Ukraine current events. And if you come to enough of our live streams, you might just discover what makes us mysterious Ukrainian women tick. Okay, so we will see you live every day over at ukrainedating.tv.